Alright, so I just wanted to do a updated video of my collection here. It's expanded quite a bit since the last time I did a video for you guys, so I just wanted to give you a little update as to what it's looking like now. So I've got a Maker's 46 here in the front. I've got Eagle Rare back behind that. I've got a Colonel Taylor small batch, the Highland Park 15, Old Forester 1920. Really like that one, that's one of my favorites. Henry McKenna 10-year bottled in bond. Henry McKenna 10-year is a little tough one. I've had some really great bottles. I've had some bottles that were not so great. Really hit and miss with the quality on your Henry McKenna 10-year. A lot of people are starting to seek that out. There's a rumor going around that they're going to be dropping that age statement. But good buy, $30 for a 10-year age-stated bottled in bond bourbon. I've got an Antique 107 Weller. Got the Paul John Brilliance back there behind that. A bottle of Corner Creek next to a bottle of Rowan's Creek. This one here is one I'm real excited about opening. The Four Roses single barrels, the barrel strength. This is the OESV mash bill. I tried one recently at a local bar, the exact bottle actually, OESV. This one is 56.8%, so what, 114 proof, and it was excellent, so I'm real excited about cracking into that one. Next to that I've got a bottle of E.H. Taylor single barrel. In front of that, Old Granddad 114. Got a bottle of Booker's next to that. That's the Off Your Rocker release of Booker's. That's bottled in 2016. Got a Jack Daniel's single barrel Holiday Select in front of that. Then I got both the Master's Keep releases. The Master's Keep 17-year. Then I've got the Master's Keep Decades right next to it. Those are both nice drinkers. Got a hand-selected barrel of Crown next to a Michter's small batch. Missed that. That's the Michter's number 1 is what they call it, US 1. Really great drinking bourbon. I'm a big fan of the barrel proof stuff, the high proof, but Michter's for, like a 94 proof, I believe is what it is. It's a really good drink. So I've got a store pick of Knob Creek single barrel right next to that. Now, funny thing about Knob Creek, it's a 9-year bourbon. All of their bottles say 9-year. Now, I happen to know this store pick is an 11-year bourbon. Now, the 11-year is also a spring distillate. So, spring distillates tend to bring out a lot of your sweeter flavors in the bourbon. It's a real brown sugar bomb. Really one of my favorite bottles, that store pick is. Got Knob Creek Rye and a regular Knob Creek single barrel non-store pick. The non-store pick single barrel Knob Creek, not bad, but nothing compared to the store pick that I've got. Next to that, got a bottle of Little Book. Next to another bottle of small batch E.H. Taylor that I haven't opened yet. Got the Breckenridge bourbon. I've tried all of the Colorado bourbons, and Breckenridge is definitely my favorite. I've tried both Stranahan's, the Boulder bourbon. Breckenridge definitely takes the cake of all your Colorado bourbons. Behind that, got a bottle of the Rebel Yell 10-year. Haven't opened that one yet. I've heard a lot of great things about the Rebel Yell 10-year single barrel, so that's one I haven't gotten to open yet, but I'm excited about that one. Sazerac Rye. I've got a Glenlivet 15 French Oak Reserve. Regular Elijah Craig small batch. I've got a 175 of Weller 12-year back behind that. That's getting really hard to get nowadays. I don't think it's worth the money that a lot of people are paying for it, but it's a good bourbon. Just not worth, $100 or $150 a bottle. But if you can get it at close to retail, that's a good one to pick up. 12-year age statement for, if you get it close to retail, $35 for a fifth, definitely worth the money. Got the Bullet barrel strength. This one is the 61.7, so 123.4% on that one. We come up here to the front. I got an old decanter of Jack Daniels there, one on each side. Those were bottled in 1969. Got a Maker's Mark Private Select. That's the cask strength, hand-selected barrels by different retailers. They pick out which staves they want to have inserted to the barrel to give the bourbon a unique flavor profile. Got the Woodford Reserve Collector's bottle back there, the Brown Derby from this last year. Probably just one I'll collect. I doubt I'll open it. Woodford's a good bourbon, but nothing to write home about, so I'll probably just collect that one. Got a Buffalo Trace right next to that. A Noah's Mill back there. I'm a big fan of the Noah's Mill. Can't get it here in Oklahoma, but when I go back to Missouri, I always bring back a bottle of Noah's Mill. I got a new bottle of Eagle Rare there. Hasn't been opened yet because I already had the one back in the back that I'm drinking on. Got 3 bottles of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Of all my bourbons right now, hands down, the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is my favorite drinker. I really love the C917 batch. I've tried them all. The C917 is definitely my favorite. Extremely viscous mouthfeel, really delicious, buttery in the mouth, super sweet, long finish, and for the high proof that it is, it drinks so easy. So there I've got 2 of the C917s. The one that's open is a C917 and a brand new C917 on the left. And then I've got a B518 on the right. So the B518 is the newest release. This next month or so, the C918 will be hitting. They release those 3 times a year, A, B, and C batch. So C means it is your last batch. 9 indicates that it was bottled in September, and 18 is the year 2018. So I've got another old bottle of Jack Daniels right there. Another, again, bottled in 1969. These are the Tribute to Tennessee bottle and the Belle of Lincoln bottle. Both pretty unique bottles. I just bought them as collector's items. Regular Jack Daniels. Just an older bottle, real neat decanter. I got a batch of Stag right there. This Stag is the 165 or the 65.95 proof Stag. So 131.9 proof. I'm sorry, 65.95%, 131.9 proof. Got a bottle of Blanton's Single Barrel right next to that. This is a really good bottle of Blanton's. My last bottle of Blanton's was kind of a letdown. I wasn't real impressed with it. Got the Woodford Reserve Double Oaked next to that. I like the Double Oaked. Of all of my bourbons that I have in my collection, the Double Oaked is the one that has the most unique flavor profile. Goes really good if you're smoking a real nice cigar. Very unique flavor profile. The way they do that is it's barreled in a new charred oak barrel and then finished in another new charred oak barrel. So that finishing process gives it a unique flavor profile that no other bourbon that I have in my collection takes on. Rare Breed, this is the 116.8 proof. I love the Rare Breed. Excellent dollar for dollar, bang for your buck. Real good drinker there in the Rare Breed. I like the barrel proof Rare Breed. It's only, I think I paid $40 for that bottle, and really, really an impressive drinker. Got the Rhetoric 24 year from Orphan Barrel. Haven't opened that one yet either, but I'm excited to try it. This one here I'm real excited about. Joseph Magnus. This is a store pick from Macadoodles. So this is the 57.94 proof. That's a real sweet spot for me in the proof. I love those bourbons that hover around that 115 proof. That's really good. Now, granted, that Elijah Craig barrel proof gets up there in the 100 and I think the newest batch is 133, anywhere from 126 to 133. But I really like that 115 proof stuff, the 1920 Old Forester, and then your Joseph Magnus here. This hand-selected barrel from Macadoodles in Joplin, Missouri is where I picked it up at. I've heard great things about the Joseph Magnus. It's got two different finishing steps on the Joseph Magnus. Believe Oloroso sherry cask finish, and a separate sherry cask. It's escaping me now the other sherry cask that it's finished in, but gives it a real unique flavor profile from what I've heard. So this is the Hibiki Japanese Harmony, Japanese Scotch whiskey. It's good, not great. I heard fantastic things about it. I really wasn't blown away by it. Really more of a bourbon guy. This is an old bottle of the Weller Antique 107. I just bought it because it was the old bottle style, and the old bottle's gone now. Maybe it'll be collectible one of these days, maybe not. If it's not, I might just drink it. But the newer bottle is, I don't want to say easy to find, but it's easier to find. But personally, I like the old bottle better. 1792 full proof is where we're going to finish up at. I really like the full proof 1792. Every 1792 I've had is excellent, but this full proof, super dark fruit on the palate, just delicious. Dark berries, dark fruit, dark taste, pretty thick mouthfeel. I love the real thick mouthfeel. That's really what I love best about the Elijah Craig barrel proof stuff. It's super thick mouthfeel, very viscous, coats the mouth really well. And that's really what I'm a fan of. So anyway, guys, that's just an update of the collection and kind of where it's at now. Again, I say collection, and you take that with a grain of salt. My collection works. You know, I drink it. There's a small handful of bottles that I'll buy for collector's purposes, but for the most part, I like to enjoy my bourbon. I'm not a heavy drinker by any means, but I enjoy when I get home at night to sit down and have a glass, and I really like to enjoy them with friends and be able to talk about it and educate people on bourbon. It's America's pastime, and I really enjoy it. So anyway, that's going to wrap up the video, guys. I just wanted to give you a little update. Last time I shot this video, I think I had about half as many bottles. So I think I'm going to crack into this Four Roses single barrel strength tonight. Like I said, I'm real excited about this one. This one is a pick from Central Liquor Company, 10 years, 3 months. I love Four Roses picks that are around the 10-year point, and it's that sweet spot for the proof too. So I'm going to crack into that one tonight, I think, and see how that goes. So, all right, guys, well, I'll let you go. Have a good day. Cheers.